Come along with me. I'll show you. Ready? Go!
Twitch is dead. At least for the moment, I guess. Hi, YouTube? I guess there's some things we should hide while we are on YouTube. Stream Raiders obviously will not be a thing we want to bother. We could probably cover up the event box, wherever that is. Where is that? That? No. That. Gives us some more screen real estate. The tip jar can go, I suppose. Yeah. Hi, YouTube. Megatrain, Cryptic Dreams. How's it going? Snack Play Love. So Twitch is broken. About 5 minutes before I was going to go live, Twitch just broke for everybody. There are people currently streaming on Twitch, but nobody new can stream on Twitch. And I wanted to stream. So let's get a draft going while we wait for people to wander on in. If you're not usually here, there's a subscribe button you can click. That would help out the YouTube channel quite a bit. But yeah, I was going to start a bit early today. I've got a condo meeting at 6 p.m. It'll be our first condo meeting since we bought this house. So I do want to make sure I attend that. So hard cutoff a little bit before 6. We'll get at least one draft in. We'll see if we can get a second one or not. But yeah, it'll be weird because we actually can't do marbles today because that won't connect to YouTube. Yeah, we'll see how YouTube goes. Explains the change in venue. Yeah, totally borked. Totally borked. Which, another big reason I wanted to make sure I streamed today is I'm going to stream tomorrow. I don't usually stream on Thursdays, but tomorrow Brewmaster comes out. The homebrew beer simulator game from Auroch Digital. And I'm going to be playing that tomorrow because that is my kind of stuff. So go over to twitch.tv/TheManaleak tomorrow, probably around, I don't know, 2 p.m.-ish Eastern, if you want to see me play a homebrew beer simulator. It'll be good times. Edgar, how's it going? Felipe, how's it going? The trick, of course, is I imagine a lot of people who have Twitch don't have the same username over here. So I'm not going to have a clue who any of you are. All right. What do we get? We get a dual land. Gross. We've got a Tori, who's very good if you want to be aggro. We've got a Tribute to Urborg, which is fine. Not what I want first pick, but this pack sucks. Tribute Tori. I mean, I don't hate dumb aggro. And I'm not going to miss one Tribute to Urborg. No. Maybe. No. Maybe. No. Bad pack. Have the same username at least? That's fair. Cryptic Dreams definitely has the same username. Yeah, I'm on Tori. On Tori here. I think it was last night I did a real aggressive red-white deck with Tori and went 2-1 because that's about all I can do. What decks have been good for me in the format? All of them. That's why I think I've been liking this format, is nothing feels that much better than anything else. There's some green cards here. Quite a number of green cards. We could take a Terra Sunder. That's some exceptionally good removal, assuming we're green black or green touching black. Which are both very doable things, so I wouldn't mind taking a Terra Sunder. My Streamlabs keeps flashing the preview window. That's not actually happening on the stream, is it? You're not getting like random flashes. Doesn't look like it. Also, it looks like the delay is a lot higher on YouTube. Good stuff. We'll take the Terra Sunder. Have I tried the Defenders deck yet? I did. It was Spiky Saturday last week. It got a handful of thumbs down from the angry YouTubers. Presumably because I don't like that deck. I don't think it's all that good. And I don't think it's all that format warping, as people act like it is. Well, we've got to tear asunder into a Bortuk, so we could try to do some reanimation shenaniganery, or we could take a boring lightning strike and go into the red. Let's try to have some fun for the YouTube channel, shall we? Let's do that. So on the Defenders deck, I find it nowhere near as consistent as people think it is. You have to live long enough in a deck that does literally nothing until you find the Chaplain or the Shield Wall Defenders to find the Chaplain, and then you get your birds out. And then if your opponent has, like, basically any flyers or reachers, you don't get to do anything. If your opponent interacts with that Chaplain and you can't quickly get it back, your deck doesn't do anything. The deck is incredibly powerful when it goes off. Incredibly powerful. But there are so many steps to actually get there. And it's also a deck that you just can't draft that much because it relies on one singular uncommon and one singular common. If you do not get the Chaplain, the deck doesn't exist. If you do not get the shield walls with the Chaplain, the deck doesn't exist. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you get Chaplain, pack one, pick one, go ahead. Be aware it is not a snap your fingers instant win kind of deck. Yeah, I think we'll take the tribute here. I'm kind of looking at a green-black kind of dealio here. Vortex. Vortex is an option there. I'm not sure how much I want to go into blue. I would rather, if we can get the pieces, just go real heavy, mill myself, reanimate. But we'll see. Take this bite down. I've found in the past few days, at least, I have not been able to get dual lands. Like, not remotely been able to get any dual lands. People seem to be picking them basically first pick right now, which is kind of wild. It is a late bite. I'm pretty happy to see that. YouTube, yeah, Twitch is broke. Twitch is super broke. What do I think about the Phyrexian mana rares, the Defilers? They're very good. The Phyrexian mana part isn't too big of a deal, but they're all really good. The green one is brokenly good. Hey, look, duels. One explicitly in the two colors that I think we're heading towards. Meh. Not jumping into blue for that, not jumping into red for those. We will take our on-color duel. But yeah, the blue one I like quite a bit. The red one's probably the weakest. What's the white one do? I don't know what the white one does. The black one's really good. You just have to be, you know, kind of aggro-y. Vivisector's okay. Gaia's Might's okay if we get a bit domainy. Let's go with the Vivisector. I'm really looking for the 3/1s that mill you and then you can exile them from the graveyard for 5 to bring something back. I'm looking for Sheoldred's Restorations, and I'm looking for like big green things. Makes a 1/1? Okay, the white one's possibly the worst. Well, there's a big dumb worm. Timely Interference and a Gitu pick 8, but let's take that worm. Oh yeah, this was our pack. This was our pack where there was basically nothing in it from pick 1. I doubt we play an Apparition, but who knows? Isn't Braids good for this deck? Braids would be good. I expect to get commons. I don't expect to get rares. I can barely draw lands when I need to. We're not gonna snap our fingers and get some rares. But hey, that's a pick 10. I never remember if this updates or not. This has updated. So that was a pick 10 Eerie Soul Tender, which is precisely what we're looking for. Gibbering Barricade may make the deck. This has been a totally fine wall. Let's take somebody's Flowstone Infusion. Oh, the Braids Aura Saga? No, the Braid Saga is not really good for any deck. I've never been afraid of that when my opponents played it, and the couple of times I've played it, I've not really liked it. From all the decks, do you think Black-White's the best combination? I don't really think there is a best combination. Like, I'm sure 17 lands will tell you, but we're talking about like fractions of a percent difference. Yeah, I don't have a clue what I would consider to be the best deck, and I think the best deck is whatever one's open for your seat, which means this is actually a good draft format. Extinguish the Light is precisely what I want. Nope, you're not the elf I thought you were. I thought you were the bad elf, the elf lord. We're taking a Birds of Paradise here. I'm just so used to ignoring the rare elf lord. I would love an Extinguish the Light. We potentially could splash a Tatio, but she's not super powerful. But she is fine enough. But yeah, let's take a Loam Speaker. It's going to help our splashings a bit. We got another Tribute. We've got a Choking Miasma for the side-ish board, possibly main board. The green's underwhelming. I'm not splashing for a nail. It's just another Tribute. Yeah, we'll take a Choking Miasma. Probably sits in the side, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll get at least the one draft done. Not sure if we'll get another draft done or not. And then tomorrow, I'll be back on Twitch, assuming they fix it, to play Brewmaster. Not a lot going on here. Bone Splinters is okay. Vine Walls. I played this yesterday, I think. Did you know you can whiff on this? Because I did twice. Vine Shaper's good. I'm not splashing for that kicker though, and it's only good if you're kicking it. Love hearing my takes on cards versus a lot of other streamers and their hyperbole. Yeah. I find a lot of Magic players and content creators are very best case scenario mentality. You know, this card's incredible if this happens, this happens, this happens, then this happens, and then this doesn't happen, and it's Thursday. Then the card's just busted. Whereas I tend to think maybe two worst case scenario, but I tend to take the worst case scenario into play. We'll take a Sheoldred's Restoration. You have to remember this does deal damage to you if you're not paying the kicker, which I have forgotten a couple of times, but that's kind of what I'm looking for here. The green is the other black is There's a duel that I would love, but we're going to take the Sheoldred's Restoration first. Cult Conscript plays really well with Bone Splinters. Writhing Necromass is also something this deck would want, but we'll take the first Cult Conscript. Basically Mythic Rare Chaplain and all the other cards. Yeah, people hype up Chaplain too much. I suspect it's a case of a lot of newer drafters, a lot of newer Magic players who, you know, really like the exciting, crazy stuff. And Chaplain is that exciting, crazy card, right? You get to, maybe, if things go right, poop out 17 birds. And you're going to remember that. Whereas I'm pretty happy sending 2/1s in and eventually someday getting a 5/4, and my crazy thing is that I might reanimate my 5/4 someday. I just like consistency. I like boring Magic. Apparently we were supposed to be blue-white flyers. When did we get that signal? We can take the black-red duel. It's not currently helping us splash for anything, but it could. Haven't been a big fan of Shadow Prophecy. Shadow Prophecy's dig through time. I have heard people say that. Not much here. We probably don't need a Barkweave Crusher. Let's set ourselves up for a crazy busted bomb red rare in pack 3, huh? Banal Sleeper's a good card. Yeah, 3-1 for 2, specifically for 1 and a white. My favorite stat line. I'll play those vanilla all day, every day. You've been consuming too much MTG content lately? It sounds like it. Another tribute, nice and late. We would also play a Bog Badger. We're looking to be a little bit interacty here. So how are we winning? We might actually be winning with a Tattered Apparition and a big old worm. We'll take a turtle. I don't think we have to play it, but we'll see. Nothing. Not going to play a meteorite. Not going to play an axe. Let's take somebody's stall for time. Do I want to splash this? I've never played it. It's a vanilla 2. No, it's a menace 2/3 for 3. That's okay. And then if we kick it for red, which we can, CMC 3 or less, sack it and exile it. No, just sack it. End of next end step. We're bringing back a Splatter Goblin. So it's not doing too much just yet. We'll take an aggressive sabotage. That'll hang out in the side, I would imagine. And there goes Arena getting bugged. So that's fun. Let's hope that fixes it. Sure didn't. There's just a giant gap. So yeah, not sure if I'll do many YouTube streams, but I guess if it goes over well, maybe. The trick is I don't think there's much like subbing or bits or anything on YouTube, which money is important, which is why I like Twitch over YouTube streaming a fair bit. YouTube and not Twitch. Twitch is busted. Herd Migration. I have never played this card, and I have seen one person play it against me, and apparently it's very good. Is it only good for domain, though? Seven mana for our current deck. 3/3/3s. It's not awful. What's it up against? Nothing? Like a Senga Connoisseur with a Cult Conscript. Ooh. Oh, that's tempting. Yeah, we're extremely not domain. I'm going for the Sengir Conscript, Cult Conscript, Bone Splinters, Reanimate. Like, this is what we want. Herd Migration, I bet you're great. If we were anything more than a 2-color deck right now, because I don't know if we're actually going to get anything red. Neshoba Brawler, you're currently at 2/3 for 2, which is okay. And the rest of this pack kind of stinks. There's literally 0 black cards. Feels bad. Oh no, sorry, there's one here. It was just so bad I ignored it. Super chat. Oh yeah, super chats. Right, super chats. Are super thanks on videos? Or is that also a thing on streaming? I've not really looked into any of that stuff before. This little gap here is bugging me. Another Urborg Repossession. That'll get us back our win conditions of Worm and Shade guy thing. Yoink. Yeah, I don't think we're playing these bogs. How much do we have to super chat to have me chug an entire Bud Light? Well, I would have to have one in the house. That's never going to happen. We can play a Sunlit Marsh. It'll let us splash the kicker on Sheoldred's Restoration. It'll give us a domain for Brawler. Any other caring about that? Not really. No other domain. Oh no, you have domain. Yeah, we can play a Marsh. We might even play, maybe, one of these bogs just to help out domain on Bone Rattle and Brawler. And I guess it would let us kick the atrocity. David Fast with the super chat, or thanks for 99 cents. Thank you very much. We got a gardener. We got a weather seed treaty. Could take a a weather seed treaty. We've only got the one bite spell for gardener. So yeah, let's take a weather seed treaty. The oops, surprise, you're dead due to overrun can be, well, not overrun because it's only to one thing. Be pretty good. Oh, Stream Elements or Streamlabs knows how to make that show up. That's cool. Good job, Streamlabs, whatever you are. Nothing. Maybe we need a reacher. Yeesh. Well, I mean, Shadow Prophecy is starting to look a little bit better. I don't feel like there were any signals in this draft. Let's take a Snare Spinner probably for the side, although Gaia's Might could do some work. I feel like we saw another Gaia's Might. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We got the same pack. Now we'll take the Gaia's Might. Doesn't have reach. Barkweave Crusher? It has reach. Has enlist. Also, apparently blue was where we were supposed to be. You could have bet me any money that this card had reach, and I would have taken that bet. Why does it not have reach? Like 100%. I would have put any amount of money that had reach. I guess I just think that 4-mana green creatures with giant butts have reach. So it's a good thing we got the Snare Spinner. So that's a 40 card deck, eh? Dozen creatures. It's not the best. Apparently we were supposed to be blue with like a third last pick Tolarian Geyser there. I don't quite know where we got the signal that we were supposed to be blue. Yeah, it's not a good deck, but it's the deck we have. Do I want to play a tapped Swamp for 2-3 domain cards? May as well. May as well. We can 74, 30, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure, sounds good. Is it set in my top 5? No, nowhere near. It's my favorite one since Zendikar Rising. And like legitimately on the I like it side. It's definitely not top 5. It might crack top 10. It might crack top 10. I'm not positive on that. If it doesn't crack top 10, then it's top 15. But no, my top 5 is Unstable, Eldraine, Mystery Booster, Original Innistrad. And then the 5th one waffles a whole lot. Could be Zendikar Rising, actually. There's a lot of things it could be. It looks like a keep to me. Thought so too when you did your drafted LGS. Yeah, it's a 4-mana green creature with a big butt. And it has one word on it. Oh yeah, no, Eldritch Moon has to be in that top 5. For sure. So that kicks Zendikar Rising out. Sunlit Marsh, eh? Does this just get a basic? It gets a basic. Okay, so we can go get a Swamp and slam in for 1. Yeah, we'll read the whole saga. Swamp. Smashy, smashy. Oh, I miss Eldritch Moon. That's like one of the few sets that I don't think has ever come back as a flashback format, because it was so close to kind of the end of MTGO doing anything fun. Yeah, so we can drop a Baldruvian Atrocity. We can also attack with 1/3/3. That sounds good to me. This forest is a 3/3. Slam. Pop that down as just a 2/3 menace. And we should have a pretty good turn with a bite down and a tribute here. Yeah, we're going to kill the hell out of that thing. Boop. Boop. Flicked too fast in my excitement. Should have gotten in for an extra 2 there. If we lose by 2, then it was a mistake. If we don't lose by 2, it was 100% the correct move. So, what can I say? I'm really good at Magic. Missed Eldritch Moon by a month, despite that it was first set you bought. It was so good. Shadows over Innistrad was interesting. I played a lot of sealed of it, and I don't think it was terribly good in sealed. It had a lot of required pieces for decks at uncommon, which means in sealed, you could just whiff and not have a deck. Like have a deck that was significantly underpowered. In draft, you would find the uncommons and get into that deck. You know, you might have to jump around a little bit, but you would probably get into it. So the draft was okay. Sealed wasn't that great, but then Eldritch Moon just blew it out of the water. This is a very different hand. Let's hope our opponent's that slow again. Twitch is up and running, but nobody can go live. Anybody who was live can stay live, but nobody new can go live. So we're here on YouTube. Don't know if I'll make it a common thing. Hey, Braids, how's it going? But yeah, figured I'd give it a shot. Tomorrow we'll be back on Twitch to play Brewmaster, a beer brewing simulator. Okay, you got some creatures in the yard. Taking 3. Okay, this cult conscript will come back someday. No problemo there. Let's get out a Tattered Apparition. I'll take 3. No problem there. Please don't... Oof. Alright. They have curved out real well. We need this followed by a bite down. That's about the only way we're going to get there. Or we need them to be willing to block this. Cool. That deals with it. Doesn't deal with the fact that we're at 10 already, so... They pulled the old bait and switch on me here and went from being 4 turns of tap lands to being a pretty aggressive curve-outy deck. Weatherseed Treaty, pretty good. Am I dead? No, they could have had me down to 7. Actually, they could have had me down to 7. No, because the enchantment would have been sacked. I would sack this enchantment if I were them, 100%. Because it guarantees that I take 2 and let them draw a card. I don't really care about having lands, so that's no big deal. 'Cause I'll always find more. Magic App was between original Ravnica and Zendikar Rising. Decade and a half you missed out. I missed out on 12 years. I stopped at Urza's Saga and came back at original Innistrad. Vine Shaper Prodigy kicked. Sure thing. The worst part is we are at 2, because at some point they just bring back their Outrider. Yeah, I can't be sacking a creature. So that puts us on a 2-turn clock if they know what they're doing. Let's Nishoba. Let's Soul Tender. Oh, this gives trample, doesn't it? Yeah, so we're not dead. But we're pretty damn close. Let's come on in. Special box of Innistrad your brother gave you from when he worked at WotC. Is it worth cracking open and drafting? Also, what makes Innistrad so special? 100% is worth cracking open for drafting. It's another set where it's honestly not as color balanced as... Oh, Jesus. All right, we're going to click this button. It's not as color balanced as like Eldraine, which I think is probably the most color balanced set I've ever seen. But you can kind of play all of the decks. It has a few different niche decks. Like if you open an Illusionary Stalker, I think it's called, you do this like aura equipment thing on a somewhat problematic uninteractable creature. But you have to get that specific uncommon. If you can get spider spawning, you get to do this really cool different deck. Kind of like the Defender's deck. They don't happen super commonly. Because you're drafting in a pod. Leagues, I think, is a part of the reason why everybody thinks that the Defender's deck is everywhere. But you could be werewolves. You can be travel prep deck. There are, there's a good red-black aggro deck. There's a really good heavy control deck. There's so many different things you can do in it, which is why it's such a good format. Okay, so they've actually got some pretty ridiculous cards in their deck. They look like they're the take the lands really highly, take every bomb, maybe wreck all the signals of the draft. We might need to steal a win with combat tricks, perhaps. Oh, why is this Sabotage still in my deck? Because I tried to take it out, Arena bugged on me, and left that blank there. We'll need to fix that. But yeah, it's a super good draft format. They used to bring it back every year on MTGO, but I don't think they've done it in a couple of years now. Oof. I don't think they have enough X2s for this to be a keepable hand, so we'll mull that. That's better. That's better. Let's pitch a land, because we'll find them, because it's me, and we already have at least another mana source. Yeah, other thing I'll mention is if you're not a usual Twitch viewer, remember, or perhaps this is your announcement, we need to get lands going, so we'll Weatherseed Treaty here. End of October, October 29th and 30th, I will be doing my annual 24-hour stream raising money for my local children's hospital in memory of my sister. Super good time. We play a whole lot of Magic, some amount of Jackbox and other audience interaction games, and we do a whole lot of giveaways. So if you're a fan of winning stuff, you should come check it out. So what'd you mill? Squee. Yeah, you just are every good card you could get your hands on, eh? Let's go with a goblin. And we will pass the turn. This is +2/+2. On the goblin. In we go. In we go. I might actually Gaius-Might that goblin. I want to surprise, get him as much as possible here. They have instant speed interaction. I think they skipped last year's Innistrad flashbacks because there was a current much worse Innistrad format in Standard. Oh, possibly, yeah. So you're going to bite down my Loam Speaker, eh? That sucks, but okay. This is the kind of deck that like I really like to punish, because they have to get their lands. They have to get as many variety of lands as quickly as possible, or else their deck sucks, as it did in the first game. But if they get the variety of lands and rares, then oops, they're playing every rare they've got their hands on, which is not the most fun. It reminds me of Cons of Tarkir, which was an amazing draft format for the first 2 months, and then the third month, and every time you ever flashback draft it sucks. Why did you kill my goblin? Can't this go face? Weird, okay. Eerie Sultander, I suppose. Did they do Innistrad the year before? Because I used to do Innistrad for part of the 24-hour stream. And I know 2 years ago I just did Zendikar Rising the whole time. This deck is a mess. Deck is an absolute mess, but we didn't finish them off early enough, and they got a whole lot of lands of the appropriate colors, so there's not much we can do. We are on find removal for the Outrider that exiles, which we have, and then fly in with Tattered Apparition. But that is asking some very specific things to happen. Five color okay stuff. I mean, it's mostly like we've seen a Defiler of Instinct, we've seen a Squee, we've seen an Archangel of Wrath. It's a lot of good cards. It's just in all of the colors with, from what I've seen, no fixing? One Weatherseed Treaty, I think. So their deck really is like draw lands and spells of the same color and go nutty. And they're going nutty. But otherwise, less good. But yeah, we need a Terra Sunder, and we need a flyer. I'm not sure even that'll be enough. Because they will find their Archangel at some point, which heavily negates our flyer. We'll do an Atrocity back. Oh, they've got the Vine Wall for fixing. As I said, I very much found out multiple times that you can whiff on that. Okay, so you can get me a 3-drop to the battlefield, or I can just redo it. So that would be Llanowar Loam Speaker or Gibbering Barricade. Oh, I don't even have the mana for it. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe we mill them. They're down to 12. And they're for some reason not attacking me with their 4/4 first strike. And their 4/6. I had braids. They also have braids. You should probably attack me. Just a suggestion. Squee. Okay. Tribute. Hey, we do have multiple tributes, don't we? But we don't have blue yet, but we can. Okay. Tributes are a start, because we can Eerie Soul Tender back our mana dude. No, they learned that they can attack. I'll take 4. Sure. Draw a card. You're down to 10. Alright, let's bring back this. Let's draw that. Let's play that. Let's pop down another creature. I think we might be playing to mill them out. Also, we've gone through 50% of our deck and have seen 6 lands. 7, I guess, because we scried one to the bottom, right? Our deck has a lot of lands left. Archangel of Wrath. Yay. Gonna kill my Loam Speaker? Worm? Sure. I don't know. None of this matters. We're hyper dead. We're hyper dead. Yeah, no. Let's get some time back. Let's get some time back. All right. Well, that was not what I would refer to as fun, but so be it. Playing against Ben. All right, let's play first. Ben is a man of culture, doesn't have a pet, so we can unmute him. Yeah, that seems like a good start. Loam Speaker. Oh, I didn't take the aggressive sabotage out of the deck. Vine Wall. What color of land? Green, blue? Alright. Start flying? Yeah, let's start flying. Glowstone Infusion, sure. We will Splatter Golem and get in for 3. Nail? Well, I would like to murder Nail. So, let's murder Nail. And then I think I might want to just draw some cards. I'm not Sheoldred's Restorationing anything. Let's Eerie Soul Tender. Milling, Bortuk, Terra Sunder, and Cult Conscript. Okay. Okay. Bog Badger. Well, let's send in the Soul Tender, see if they want to trade. If they do, we get our Conscript back. This is not a skeleton, right? Spirit Cleric. Taking it? Nice. We'll pass the turn, hold up Restoration. Or, sorry, not Restoration, Prophecy. 3 me. Sorcery only? It's sorcery only. Alright, well. We're not trading a land for the Badger. We are, however, going to Prophecy. I get, what, 2 of these? Yoink and yoink. There's the aggressive sabotage, I guess. Let's get in for 3. And let's aggressive sabotage and kick it. Discard 2, please. Take 3. Land. Academy Wall, okay. Single card left in hand, you love to see it. I don't think we're actually we could Restoration back Bortuk. And that would Bortuk Splatter Goblin. Although I think I want a Bortuk not bring back to battlefield Tattered Apparition, because that's going to win us the game right now. So yeah, let's Sheoldred's Restoration without kicking it. We're at 15, that'll take us to 9. Yeah, I'm fine going to 9. So Bortuk back to battlefield, down to 9. Oh, was it cast? Oh, we got wrecked. We got wrecked. Why is it if it was cast? When and why has that ever mattered? But hey, now we've got a bajillion 3/3s, so time to send in the 3/3s. 3/3, 3/1, 4/4, 3/3. All right, clean that board up a little bit. Taking down to 5. Get that out of there. Bring back a Cult Conscript. That's looking lethal. Oof. Half of a Lords of Limited dead. Just got to finish them off. So pretty domainy. 2/4. We might want a Snare Spinner for that. Snare Spinner over the aggressive sabotage, which did work there, but is not supposed to be in the deck. Yeah, let's go with that. That's a tribute up. That's a weather seed on 3. That seems good to me. We don't need to tribute that. Whiff, whiff, whiff. I know it can be done. No. Hey, that's a 3/3 for 2 on turn 2. In for 3. And yeah, let's get a land. Make sure we've got our 4. We'll get a swamp. Oh. You're this deck, eh? Well, nuts to your chaplain. In we go. And also nuts to your birds. And this is how instant winny the chaplain deck is. It's a pretty big Sojourner, not gonna lie. Did they have any walls game 1? Academy Wall, Floriferous, Vine Wall. Can't remember if there were others. So we can make the Brawler a 6/6, which means it can tussle with that Sojourner. So send it on in. Take 4, sounds good. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I kind of want to hold up Tribute and Shadow Prophecy. So let's do that. Urborg Repossession back Chaplain. Okay. Hokey dokes. Still have my Snare Spinner. We are going to want to go to the air, though, or find a way to kill that 4/6. All right, Shadow Prophecy. Let's see what we can see. Shielder's Restoration and a Bortuk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll definitely take those. And we're not tributing anything. Soaking Miasma does a bit of work. But it'll do a lot of work next turn, let me tell you. We are going to drop a Barricade. Pass the turn. Ask to see the Chaplain again. Hello, Chaplain. Welcome back. I feel like we can get even further with that Choking Miasma, so I don't think we need to use it yet. We aren't otherwise doing too much, though. Yeah, we're not doing much here. So we'll pass the turn, holding up Tribute. And then end of turn, sack our Sapperling to draw a card, gain a life, because it's going to die anyways to the Choking Miasma. Choking Miasma, destroy all their birds, their Vine Wall. If we want to, we can finish off the Chaplain. It is YouTube. Tatiova? Okay. Probably want to murder Tatiova. Okay. That's a whole lot of things that are going to survive the choking miasma, unfortunately. Taken 4. So let's sack the Saproling. And we'll put a counter on... Not 100% sure what we'll put the counter on. We will put the counter on... I guess the barricade, because then it can block the Sojourner. And yeah, we'll finish off Tati over here, because we're not going to deal with flying lands all that well. Tribute Tatiova. I think I tried to kick it there. Kill Tatiova. Gross. But hey, that's what Bortuk is for. We can Bortuk for 3, so we can bring back our 3/3. Their own Bortuk. Bring back Tatiova. Rude. Rude. I have one too. That 4/6 is going to wreck me. I mean, the Flyers are going to wreck the hell out of me now, too. That Tatiova really, really needed to stay dead. No, that's a way to make it dead. What do you say we make it dead? Tatiova, go away. Go away. And we've got ourselves a worm. And no attacks. That 4/6. That 4/6 is hurting. Ugh. Oof. My wall. Easiest double block of my life. More Urborg restorations, repossessions? Sure. That is some A+ recursion over there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do we always mill our terra asunder? We have never cast this, and yet I have seen it in almost every game. Oh boy, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't restoration anything, so we just have to play this. To have blockers down, pass the turn. Every sick. Has it been every game? I think it's been almost every game. Gross. dead? No, because again, the issue I find with the Chaplain deck is it's mostly defenders that he's got. Well, it's two defenders. Two defender. No, that's not a defender. That's a 3/3. Is there anything we can do? We can chump, trade, take 6, go to 2, basically die. Especially with a Tatiova in hand. Let's go to 2. Landing, gonna do it. Gross, gross, gross. Gross, gross, gross. I actually think the aggressive sabotage comes back in. That feels like a slightly greedy deck. And I think we can punish that. And imagine if this ever showed up, eh? And I think we can cut, I mean, Choking Miasma is definitely something we want. Splatter Goblin really doesn't do anything. It's a nice sack for like Bone Splinters, but doesn't do enough. All right, let's see if we can take down half of Lords of Limited here. We're going to play first. We're going to keep that hand. Yeah, it's Ben. One hit for Choking Miasma. Maybe they just want to trade. Who knows? Cool. I'll take the scry. Aggressive sabotage? Maybe. We can kick it, which is cute. Alright. We do not play anything else that has 2 toughness. Walking Bulwark. Doesn't die to the Miasma. We will pass the turn and Prophecy. Ooh. I didn't realize that's 2 missed land drops over there. Tribute, yes please. Snare Spinner, yes please. Gibbering Barricade. Let's see if we can get rid of this Bulwark. 3/1's honestly gonna present minor problems. So let's finish that off. And drop a spider. You playing Essence Scatters over there? No. Academy Wall. All right, who's ready to do 1 damage a turn? Every turn. 19 turn clock. We got him. Come on. Freaking 4/6. All right, let's sabotage him. Not the best place to sabotage, but we're going to get 2 non-land cards out of it at least. All right, so we need that dead. Preferably Terra Sundered. Flowstone Infusion and Chaplain gone. Fairly smart. No attacks. Their own barricade. Yeah, that 4/6 is going to wreck me. As is not drawing anything. We're probably going to have to sack something, like sack a conscript to at least draw a card and get a life. But we have utterly failed to take advantage of the 2 turns of land screw there. Goodbye, Cult Conscript. Turn into something good. Well, we can kick this, bringing back the Vivisector. And then it'll sack, it'll let us scry, and we can bring back the Cult Conscript. Why no block sack? Because I'm a very good Magic player. I wasn't thinking of it. I was much too concerned about my impending doom. If we lose by 4, it was a mistake. No more lands. So I mean, we could finish off a Gibbering Barricade. It doesn't seem like the biggest plan, so I think we just get the Conscript back. Why does he always get to play Terra Sunder? We've seen it in every game. And it's always been in our graveyard. But we've not cast it. Brr, 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 brr. Shadow Prophecy. I feel like if we find Terra Sunder, kind of everything changes. But the last 2 games have just been this Sojourner. Yeah, he's definitely the Defender deck. And I think this shows how inconsistent the Defender deck can be. So you have to have, like, many other plans to win, such as a 4/6. Can we just stop drawing lands? I know that it's my brand, but I don't want it to be my brand. We're going to Urborg Repossession back 2 deeply unimpactful creatures. Hey, J-Max Mage, how's it going? Hey, look, we got 6 power on the board. Hopefully, he has absolutely 0 interaction. Uh-oh. We'll just put the Conscript in front. Scry, don't be a land. Or be a land, because then you go to the bottom. Elfhame Worm, seems good. Bortuk, pretty gross. Chaplain. Alright. I have ways of dealing with the birds. Do I want a counter on that worm? I do. Do we have enough mana? Oh, we're so flush with mana, we can just do this. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Counter on the worm. Nuts to your birds. Tribute seems great. Holy moly. Probably still dead, but our deck has given us hope. Although we don't have blue. We don't have blue. Back in maybe? Back in? Back in what? Huh? I don't follow. Attacks would be... Attacks wouldn't be... Zax wouldn't be the worst. Back in the game? Maybe, hopefully. Because if they block with like Bortuk Barricade, we can tribute. If they double block like that, not so much. If they triple block like that, definitely not so much. So we're dealing 6. So yeah, that's going to be it there. 4-6 dead. Sack the chaplain, sure. Reanimate the chaplain. And here you see the chaplain deck doing its thing. Good for the chaplain deck. Do we still have our tattered apparition? Because that'll shut down the birds a bit. Yeah, that's a trade. Because I mean, we have to play as though they don't have much more reanimation. Holy crap! We get to cast it. I don't know on what. Because we're just dead to that walking bulwark. Which means maybe we have to kill the walking bulwark. So we're at least taking 5 in the air, so we're at 8. Block, 3. We're dead if he just activates everything. Yeah, we're dead. Gross. The chaplain deck is very powerful when it goes off. It is not as consistent as people say, and I stand by that pretty firmly. O2! Let's see if we can spend $10 on this draft and get nothing. Keep scrolling across the screen, seeing the bar completely red, and think the video's almost over. I imagine. Okay, let's keep that. Aggro? Feeling aggro. Splatter Goblin has something to say about that. Easiest block of my life. I've never seen anybody do that. So I'm going to need to discard 2 cards. So we should probably just play 2 cards. Yeah. Why YouTube stream? Twitch is broken and looks as though it's still broken. Nobody can go live. If they were already live, they can stay live, but nobody new can go live. And it's my usual stream day, so I wanted to stream. I wanted to make sure that people knew that I was streaming tomorrow. A homebrew beer brewing simulator game, which is extraordinarily my kind of BS. Yeah. Let's pop down a Soul Tender. It could be pretty large next turn. 2 lands? Nice. And we can take a hit off of this War Brute. It's not a big deal. Put your counters on. Not a big deal. We can always tribute that bird pretty easily. The 4/5 will be slightly more problematic, although 3, yeah, we can just bite down it next turn. Vanguard, sure. Ooh, so many good things. And I can't cast all of them. Let's get in for 6. The unfortunate thing is I do need to dodge getting ultra blown out by a thingy, and I don't know that we can take up the shield. So if we get blown out by take up the shield here, they're left with a 4/5, and all we're doing is following up by killing Vanguard. Let's start out by trying to kill the Vanguard. No, I don't care about the Vanguard. The bird. You gonna take up the shield, your bird? No. But there was a pause. There was a pause. Make him have it. Destroy evil. Not what I thought. Not what I thought. But all right. So 4/5, pretty big problem. They should probably turn that into a 7/5. Yeah, take 7. Okay, 5 mana. We can gain 2 life. Oh, we've got enough for Elfhame Worm. That'll at least kill it. We're going to have to ask them nicely to not have anything in hand. But please don't have anything in hand. And they can make that an 8/5. And if they've got a Furious Bellow, we're just dead. Oh. All right, let's go back in. Apparently this deck is awful. Apparently this deck is real bad. Let's play first. I mean, interaction against an aggro deck seems good. No way I'm mulling on to 6 there. A 2-drop creature on top. I'll trade if you want to. No. Nothing that saves that on their turn. Let's hold off. And murder. Well, we get in for 2 and then Shadow Prophecy, which is fine by me. Cool, I guess. Cool. No more lands. I will take those 2. My only choices. Yet more lands. Hurrah! So what is this? You discard any number, draw that number, and then we have to deal with a 4/4. Cool. Time for a Terrace Under. Discard a land, and they do have a Take Up the Shield. Man, an 0/3 is gonna suck here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of our top 14. Sure feels like Magic the Gathering. No blocks. Boy, this is going to be a brutal hit to my ability to continue streaming without putting something like $140 into gems. All right, so we're on that Vortuck coming back, bringing back Tattered Apparition. But that ain't going to stop it. We are on finding Terrace Under like yesterday. This opponent played Love Song on Chapter 1. We're just dead in the air. That's cool. We're not quite dead in the air because Urborg Repossession will give us 2 life, but very little is mattering here. Very, very, very little is mattering here. And then we can eat the bird. But I mean, like, any combat tricks and we're hyperboned, and they are definitely a combat-y trick deck. It was fun streaming on YouTube. But I wouldn't say those 3 matches of Magic were fun. I would say they were kind of unfun. And they cost us $10. No, sorry, we got 100 gems back. It cost us... Let's actually do the math out here, because it's important to understand the currency of Magic the Gathering, right? What's 1,500 gems? 20,000 gems is $100 American, right? Sorry, $99.99. Let's get this absolutely correct. So 1,500 gems is $750 American. 750 USD and CAD right now is $10.22. So it is $10.22 to draft. And we got back 50 cents American. So it cost us $7 American. It cost us $9.54 Canadian for that experience. And that is why I frequently say that Arena is wildly prohibitively expensive. I'm down to 2,800 gems. That's 1 more draft, and then we're dead. So it is 427. I don't really think we can fit in another draft. I've got that condo meeting tonight. That's why I was going to draft earlier on Twitch, but Twitch went to crap. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I don't think there's any sort of raid system here. Not that I would know anybody to send you to anyways. I don't know if we'll be back on YouTube. It was fun. It was strange seeing very few names that I recognize, although I think most of you are Twitch viewers with different names. I know some of your names. But yeah, it was fun. Not sure if we'll be back here. Make sure to go check me out on twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, especially tomorrow, where we throw Magic in the garbage and we instead play a beer brewing simulator that I'm very excited about. We'll be back to Magic next Wednesday, though, of course. The Infinity PPR is on Sunday over at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun, where I will be Twitch judging yet again. But yeah, this is obviously very different than my YouTube videos. It's very enjoyable hanging out. If you come check out twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, we do marble races in between drafts where you can earn points to win Inked Gaming gift cards. We do giveaways when the Extra Life stream is on at the end of October. It's super fun times. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. And if I see you over on Twitch, cool. If I don't, I hope I do someday. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all next time.